Morning, everyone. It's day 80. You see I'm still in the campsite. Woke up with a screaming headache this morning. Stood up out of my tent and had to lay back down. I was up at 4 o'clock, between 4 and 5, and was gonna just start hiking, and my head said not a chance. And then it was 38 degrees last night, so it was really cold. So needless to say, I waited a little while before I got out of my tent this morning. My intentions were good, but I just couldn't pull it off. Did I say it was day 80? I found out last night that Hamburg, the only hotel in Hamburg, is full up for a month or whatever. I guess they're building another building down there, and all the construction guys are staying there. So can't get a hotel in Hamburg. So I think I got 33 miles left, and I talked to another hiker, and there's about 20 miles of really, really rocky terrain coming up where it's all boulder hopping. So it's not like I'm gonna make a lot of miles over the next 2 days. So a lot of miles through the day. I'll still make my miles, but I think I'll split the miles up to Hamburg between today and tomorrow. If I 2:15s or so, I'm all right. And then camp just outside of Hamburg. Roll in there first thing in the morning, so that puts me Friday morning or Saturday morning, something like that, depending on how it goes with the rocks today. Maybe roll in there Saturday morning, get Cracker Barrel. The post office opens at 11, so I can't miss it. Well, today's Wednesday, so if I hike all day today, hike all day tomorrow, that puts me in on Friday. So that gives me a day of leeway. They're open till 4:30 on Friday, so if I get my package on Friday, all well and good, I'll hike up in the woods, sleep in the woods, and then walk back down in the morning, go to Cracker Barrel. There's a Walmart there, so I'll probably resupply and then head out into town. So that's sort of the plan. You know how that goes. Plans are a fickle thing. Anyway, I'm doing good. I was trying to think. It's really freaking cold at nights up here, and it's in the 30s most of the week this week at night. So I really need to get my sleep. I can't, and I'm telling myself this, not you guys. I'm not trying to belabor the point, but man, I got to get my sleep system, or I'm gonna pay the price. I woke up last night just a shiver. Oh boy. You think I never did this before? It's just I've said it before. I said it this morning. It's been a whirlwind week. Just in so many ways. So, but anyway, this is a good little campsite. I just had my breakfast. I am absolutely headed out here shortly. I just wanted to do this before I started walking. There's a lot of rocks, like I said, and so I have to pay attention a lot. So I'll take pictures of the rocks and any views or anything like that. But problem too is the next 20 miles. There's springs, there's water, and none of the water's dried up. The good thing is, and it's good, but you have to walk all the way down, most of the way down the mountain, the side of the mountain, which is another 600, 800 feet to get to the water springs. And then you have to hump back all the way up. So it's a chore to get water, but there is water. So I don't have to hump a whole lot of water. That's the issue. So right now I have what do I got? 1.5 liters of water. I'm going to stick with that. Go to the next one. I'll walk down the hill, get water, camel up there. and then I'll walk the rest of the way. And it's cold enough though, I'm not sweating a lot, so you know, it's not like I'm using a lot more water. So like I said, today is the 16th. Hopefully I can get into Hamburg, get my stuff, and get on down the road. I need to get down to, what is it? I got a little over 2 weeks to get 200 miles. I need to get a little over 200 miles down so that I'm still at about 500 miles. I just need, like I said, I just need to keep my head on the game as far as keeping within some sort of goal to get done, no matter what, get done before December. I mean, the earlier in November, the better, but I just can't go past December 1st. I just don't want to do that. And then we'll figure out what happens from there. And I called the ATC, not the ATC, the PCT, the association out there. I talked to a lady out there. Absolutely no permits, and they're not even sure they're going to give permits on January 15th. The permits for doing the PCT in the 2021, they're going to evaluate whether or not it's going to be safe to open up the trail in 2021 in January. I think everything's going to sort of come to a full circle after the election. I think things are just going to, one way or the other. I can't imagine they'll just milk this thing out. I mean, so much stuff is open now. Unless there's a massive spike or something like that, I can't imagine that they're not gonna do like open up the PCT, that kind of thing. So anyway, that's my story for now. Hope you guys are safe. Hope I'm still keeping you entertained enough that you want to watch the videos. And so that's my story. I will talk to you again later today. All right, bye. This is pretty much my terrain today. This is why it's called Rocksylvania. Like I said, one of the hikers, I just ran into a section hiker. He just came through here. He goes, you got about 20 miles of this where you're just, all you're doing is boulder hopping. So this is what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for it to get it. This is why I bought these shoes that I got, because of this very stuff. And plus I've been waiting for it just to get to the point where it's all gone. So I can get back to the art of hiking and not boulder and rock climbing. Although I feel like I'm up in New Hampshire again a little bit, up in the Whites, because there was a lot of this in the Whites. So I mean, there's still some spattering of trail in here, but for the most part, this is almost like walking on Mount Washington. Remember the sea of rocks up there? This is basically walking on the rocks. See, just whole trail is rocks. Ooh, don't step on the rocks that move. Yee. That's where you get in trouble. Whoa. Playing pinball with my pack now. There's trees spattered in here, so you're trying to avoid the rocks. The trees sort of jump up like Mario Brothers. try to knock you down. See the path? Okay, anyway, look at that. Path is clearing up a little bit. So I'll leave you with that. So this video is for Becky and Will. This is where I was standing when we had our little conversation on the phone. Right down there is where I fell when I was talking to you. And that's why I stopped where I was at, because the rocks are getting pretty rough. I didn't want to fall again while I was talking to you. But this is specifically for Becky and Will. This is where we had our phone conversation. This is where I was standing. So it was great to talk to you guys, and thank you guys for supporting. It means more to me than you know. So anyway, you guys be safe. Stopped here to have lunch, and I liken these kind of places to mental trail mix. Sometimes they're sweet, sometimes they're salty, but it comes down to that mental trail mix. I wish I could take credit for that saying, but the person who used it for me, they deserve all the credit. But great saying, mental trail mix. It's cool. Hey, it's a really good day today, I gotta say. I'm feeling really good. I've got quite a few miles under my belt today already, even though I've stopped and I've had phone conversations with 3 of the best people I know. And it's just made my day. I sort of am on an island out here. Only person I have to talk to is me and you guys in this video. But it's very refreshing to know that you have people out there that care for you, actually care for you, and they're not just, I say, your friends, everybody has a lot of friends, but a lot of times when your times are as bad as they can be, when the times are tough and you're going through a rough spot or whatever, and you almost always find out those people that will be there for you during those times. And so that it's just one of those things that come with friends, okay? But it's always good to know that you have a couple of people out there that truly care about your well-being, and not just physical well-being, but your mental well-being, and that you're doing all right, and that you're feeling all right. And I have physical stuff, my feet hurt, I'm sore, I got a headache, whatever the case may be. That's typical. Everybody's concerned about that, but they actually ask about the mental acuity and how you feeling, are you still excited? Are you this? Are you that? It's good to have people that care about that, because isn't that what's most important? The body will start breaking down, it builds back up, you do what you got to do to keep it happy, but mentally you need that outside stimulation from people to keep you sane, I think. So being able to interact with those folks, especially all on the same day. How cool is that? You know, that's a good thing. It made for a great morning. It all worked out that way. So it's always good to get that kind of a connection. So anyway, I was just sharing, but something else is coming up. So apparently I'm looking at gut hooks, and from right where I'm at right now, it's 2:30, and 3 miles from here is a diner that's right on the trail. Now I'm assuming that there is a road that the trail crosses, and that the diner is right there on the road. So looks like they have good food. A couple guys complain that they're too pricey. I've never been a fan of complaining that food's too expensive, as long as it's good food. You know, and everybody's saying how good the food is, but yet a couple guys are complaining that it's too pricey. Well, you have a choice of not buying it if it's too expensive for you. So, and you still enjoyed the food, why make the bad comment of it's too pricey? If you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything at all, right? And for me, it's like being out here on the trail. It's like you ever go on vacation. You went on vacation for a reason, to get away from your norm and to go enjoy some things that you can't enjoy at your house or in your hometown or whatever. You go to get away. And you see people, they won't spend extra money on good food. And see, when I don't want to talk about it, I didn't mean to talk about other people. I was really meant to refer to me, of the aspect of, I have no problem. I mean, there's a reason why I went all that way and decided to come here, because I want to get something that I can't get at home. So food is going to be more expensive when you're traveling. That's okay. I don't worry about the price of the food as long as it's good, you know. So anyway, getting off on a tangent with all that, but there's a diner coming up here, and it opens at 4 o'clock. Well, it just so happens I have 3 miles to hike, which is an hour and a half roughly. Right when I get there, it'll be open. So we're gonna go in there, see if I can get, it looks like you can sit down in there, but I'll probably just get takeout because I got more miles to do today. So I think I'll go in there, get them to wrap me up a burger, and or maybe even 2 burgers, 2 cheeseburgers, or maybe get a cheeseburger and a what you call it, oh, I dropped the name. What's the sandwich that has everything on it? You know, the I don't remember. Jeez, Chadwick. Anyway, club sandwich. You know, it's got like ham and turkey on there and cheese, and it's like a triple layer toasted sandwich or whatever. Maybe something to that effect. Or if they got a Reuben or a patty melt, I'll probably get that, because yeah, just got to have the grease, right? Where they fry the sandwich. Ah, man, this is really good. I'm getting lost here. Okay, these trails sometimes. So anyway, so I'm looking forward to stopping there. If I'll walk by there, and I'll go in. Hopefully I remember to take a picture of the joint. I always forget to take a picture of the places that I eat, and just to share it. When I talk about these things, I forget to take a picture or no video or something, and then you guys are like, well, where the hell did you stop? Did you stop? You know, so I tell the stories, but I don't give the evidence. Let's put it that way. So that's my story for now. I'm headed to a roadside diner, and I bet you the food's awesomeness. Town food on the trail is always good. So I need, normally I would stop in there and eat, but if I go down there at 4 and then it takes me a half hour to get the food or whatever, I still got 2.5 hours of sunshine to hike. I mean, I can get another 5 miles down the trail, which would be good for me because of trying to make sure I make it into Hamburg by Friday. That's very important because I can't afford to miss that window on Saturday, so the extra day of buffer would definitely be nice. Plus, if I'm not actually staying in Hamburg, it would be nice to have my gear one day earlier because it's cold all week, and I think I missed the trail. Oh, okay, I see what happened. Well, nothing happened. I see what the goal is. So anyway, I just wanted to convey that I really am enjoying my day. I'm meandering along. I'm not like pushing the envelope or anything like that because there's a lot of rocks. There's no running down this trail, and that I know they're gonna watch these videos. So those people, you know who you are and who talk to me. This is my shout out to you guys. Like I said, I really appreciate talking to you guys. I love you guys. You know it. And all over the place, Anna. So he's going from Harper's Ferry, which is the middle point of the AT, up to the Delaware Water Gap, where I just left, what, a week ago? Not even a week ago. Anyway, he said just on that little trip alone, he's passed at least 50 southbounders. Well, there weren't that many that I passed going north, so I'm assuming that a lot of those guys were flip-floppers. But it also means I probably meandered around so much that most of the Sobo group, bubble, whatever you want to call it, all those guys who started in July, have got out in front of me. So, knowing that, and knowing the amount of Sobos there were this year, not many coming down anymore. They weren't when I left. I could be bringing up the rear. So, and he also told me Mr. President and Bad Bunny and Zippy, they're about, well, when I saw him, he says they were about 8 miles back. So, if that's about 8 miles, they probably walked another 8 miles while he was walking 8 miles towards me. So, I mean, or even worst case, or best case, 6 miles, because he's coming towards me as well as I'm going towards him. So, if that makes sense. But point being is it's a really good chance that they're at least 10 to 12 miles, if not more, ahead of me. So, I got behind that group too. So, but that still doesn't put them into Hamburg until tomorrow, or till tomorrow. So it's possible I could catch up to them tomorrow. I don't know if they would actually go down into Hamburg. They probably would just go to Port Clinton. Port Clinton is close to the trail on the other side of the trail, and then if you go the other direction across the trail, you get down to Hamburg. I think Hamburg is a couple miles off the trail, so I'm not sure exactly. Haven't scoped that out today because I won't be getting there until tomorrow. So anyway, sounds to me like I might have meandered my way back to the back of the pack. Which is interesting. I'm usually never the last guy, that's for sure. I'm usually trying to be the guy up front, so we'll see how that goes. Although, like I said, probably a lot of other flip-floppers that start at Harper's Ferry or flip back down to Harper's Ferry, so who knows, could be, I have no idea. So anyway, just thought I'd share that thought. Hey everyone, I'm I gotta tell you something. So I had a friend of mine call me earlier. Remember me telling you about that? Remember me telling you that story about the emotional trail mix? So that term came up today. It just popped up, and it was like an epiphany kind of thing. And we both said, man, that's pretty cool. That's a good little saying, good analogy, however you want to, whatever you want to call it. And it was, part of that was emotional trail mix, sweet and salty, right? So, you know, we had talked and then hung up, and I made that video about the emotional trail mix kind of deal. And so I was just walking down the trail. This sort of gave me chills. Okay, I'm not much into all the rigmarole of reading signs and all of that stuff. You know me. You guys that know me know I'm not much into ghosts and all of that, all those paranormal and natural phenomena and all that. Okay, you all know me. At least most of you that know me know I'm not. I just don't go for those kind of ideas. Anyway, I'm cruising down the trail, and there's a couple sitting up by this road where the trail crosses the road, and they're handing out trail magic. I'm like, score, you know? So it looks like that's what they're doing. Let's just put it that way. So I'm thinking to myself, nice, maybe I'll get a soda, or I'll get a snack or something like that. So I walk up to them. They're going, hey, are you southbound? I'm like, yeah. She goes, we weren't expecting anybody else today. And I said, well, that's okay. It's all good. I said, it's cool that you guys are out here. She goes, well, I have one item left, and it's yours if you want it. Now, normally I say no, like I said, but I'm trying, after yesterday, I'm trying to, I need to be better at accepting people wanting to help me, you know, and not necessarily, so I have this aversion to people thinking I'm taking advantage of them, or just being selfish or whatever. That's why I have a hard time taking stuff from people when they offer it to me. So I'm still laughing because of what happened. It was just the coincidence of it all. So anyway, I told myself I'm going to do better at that, because it's not about me, it's about them and what they're trying to do. It's their trail magic. I mean, it's trail magic for me, but it's their thing that they're wanting to do, and they're trying to do a good thing here. So you can't, and I looked at it over, the last 24 hours or so, especially after what happened yesterday, and I just told myself, I just made that decision. Normally I would say, no thank you, I'm good, but I said yes. Because I told myself I need to do this. I don't have to take advantage of it. It's not using anybody. This is something that they want to do. So anyway, she goes, I only got one thing left. We weren't expecting anybody else. It's the last thing I got. But it's yours if you want it. I'm like, sure, thank you. So she handed me this little bag, and it sort of gave me chills. And I thanked her, and I thanked both of them, and I walked away. And this is what it was. It was trail mix, sweet and salty. Okay? Now, I know that some people give out trail mix and some, it's trail magic and stuff. But just that whole experience this morning, and then walking up, and the last thing she's got, I guess they were giving out all kinds of different candy bars and everything. This was the only thing she had left. And it was trail mix, it's sweet and salty. It just it just, I guess it probably won't mean as much to you guys because you weren't there when that term created itself. But the sweet and salty was added on the end, and then all of a sudden, you know, a few hours later, walking down the trail, and here's this couple. They're getting ready to leave. They have one item left, and it's trail mix, sweet and salty. Now maybe I'm reading too much into this, but I had to put it out there. It sort of gave me the heebie-jeebies. Not heebie-jeebies, but it just, man, that's the kind of thing that just makes you go, right? So anyway, maybe I'm overblowing it. You guys are gonna be like, what the hell is he talking about? But for me, this really had an impact. So anyway, I just wanted to share. Hello everyone, and today 80. I think I went 16 miles, I think, today. That's good. That puts me, I don't know, 17 miles from Hamburg. So the goal is, I can't get a room there. I don't know if I said that already this morning or whatever, but can't get a room, so I'm gonna do the however many tomorrow, and then camp right outside of town. Get up the next morning, walk into town, and do my business, get out of there. So that's pretty much the goal. So I did good. I ended up, you know, like I said, it was cold this morning and it's really rocky today. And then I got some phone calls and called some people, and so that restricted my time a little bit too. But that's well worth losing miles because of that, because that really helps energize me. So I still only got, like I said, I don't have to do 20 plus tomorrow. I can do, I think it's 17, like I said. If I just get up at 7 o'clock, I'm hiking by 7, I'm down there early afternoon, I can run down and get a burger or something like that. I can get dinner, come back up, stay in my tent, and then, or something to that effect, you know, just anything, whatever I feel like doing. So, or I could just get there, get in my tent, because I'm resupplying there anyway, so I should eat some of this food I got before I go to resupply. So sort of useless coming into a town where you're going to resupply and you got a bunch of food. So it's just old habits. Anyway, so that's my story. Finally get my sleep system. Yeah, I would get there too late tomorrow to go to the post office, so I'll head out, or I'll be in there on Friday. So, and then after that, I don't know where I'm staying or where I'm going or all that. You know, like I said, I'll stay in the area that night, I guess, because depending on how long it takes me to do my chores and all that kind of stuff. You know, stay past the city and then just keep hiking. So I don't know how far I'll get after that. So next big city is, well, next city, there's other cities in between, but next city I'm shooting for is Duncannon, because I might get off trail there for a couple days for a couple of reasons. There's some stuff in that area I want to see, and instead of just going in and sitting in a hotel, you know, wanting to get something to eat or whatever, maybe take a couple of days off and go see something. So remember, I was talking about that before, but I think I'm going to do that. So once I get to Duncannon, I think it's not it's not within a couple of days. It's like 100 miles from here still. So, but I think I'm going to do that. It's a big place, and then there's a lot of big cities around there that have a lot of stuff. So maybe I need to go exploring. So that's probably the plan. Or that is the plan, I think. So anyway, sorry. Cold again tonight. So anyway, my pillow's got a hole in it, so it never stops. So that's what's been killing my neck. My neck is it's recovering, but boy, if I laid on that pillow again tonight, I'd probably get, so I think I'm gonna lay on my pack, use my pack as a pillow or something like that. I don't know, or my plastic bag or something, but anyway, done with the pillow. I was trying to think if there's anything else. That's about it. I was gonna do a fast motion on putting on my tent, but it was already dark, and I'm like, you know, it's pretty dark. I'm like, yeah, they're not gonna be able to see it, so I'm like, there's no sense. So there's this spot up here on top. It looks like somebody went around picking up moss and came over and made this bed of moss. And there's no way you can see it right now. I should have took a picture of it before I put my tent down. I totally spaced. I put my pack down. I was just anxious to get my tent up and get inside because it's chilly. But they did. Somebody laid a whole bunch of pieces of moss down on the ground and made this bed. So I'm like, this is cool. So I put my tent right on top of it. I mean, it's a little lumpy, but it's soft. So that's good. There's no rocks or sticks sticking up. That's what's important. So anyway, end of day 80. Excuse me, sorry. I hope you guys are safe, really. That's important. Stay safe with everything that's going on. So anyway, you guys take care.